Hey, it's Katy Drzewska and you are watching the next episode of Katy D Coaching channel. I'm very happy you're here because I know you are a boss dreamer like I am. Today, we're gonna face the truth of working from home. What you can actually do and what kind of things you have to have in mind when you're working from home and the whole family is around you. Sounds terrifying. You feel that you're not as efficient as you would be sitting in the office. Let me give you some tips and tricks as to how to work from home and be efficient in your work and simply tick off all the tasks on the to-do list from your boss. If you, like most people, are right now working from home and struggling to be effective and productive in your work, this episode is definitely for you. We're gonna tackle a couple of things that helped me throughout the years to work from home efficiently. First of all, I really want you to make an update to your daily routine. In the morning, normally you would wake up, make a breakfast, dress up, brush your teeth, whatever, and go out to work, grab a coffee, and maybe probably chat a bit with your friends and then start working. Right now, when you're working from home, it's a bit more difficult to keep that routine, especially if you're not doing this movement from your home to the office. But you still have to have the routine. The morning routine needs to be simply adjusted. The main thing I want to tell you is never, never, ever, if you work from home, either if it's your business or if it's in the current situation when you're working from home, please do not work in your pajamas. I'm fine with you working in your sweats, but change the day sweats into the night sweats and the night sweats into the day sweats, so you will feel that kind of a difference. Of course, if you have any conference call and you will be doing the video conference actually with your clients or even with your peers, try to dress up nicely and neatly so they will not see you're still being in your pajama and your hair being considerably totally undone. Plan what you need to do during the day. It is very important because if you write down all the things that you need to do for your work during the day, you can at the same time highlight the things that are super urgent and they are must do now, today, at the very first. Remember, always eat the biggest frog first, then all the others will not taste that muddy. That is why it's very important to write down all the tasks for the day and highlight those, for example, one or two, depending on how much time consuming they are. One or two tasks which are the priority and do them first. Then choose 3 to 5 tasks which will fill up your day until the end. The things that are not super urgent, but things that have to be done, like even checking your emails or paying your customers' bills or anything else that can come to your mind. Working from home with your spouse and your kids and still the need of doing the homeschooling or find the way to for your kids to do something and not being a total disturbance to your and your spouse work or not being a totally the whole day sitting in front of the TV. I think one of those planning tools would be actually a great idea for you. They are simple but very effective. It is something that you can do simply in the evening, sit down with your family and think about all the tasks that are there to be done for the next day, including the part of your work or somebody else's work or of the homeworks that are given to your kids, or even plan a playtime and exercise time and plan also the lunchtime and preparation. Okay guys, quick 3 solutions to plan your day. I hope we're gonna get the sharpness in here. The solution number 1 is to do it around the clock. So we have normally 12, 6, 3, and 9, of course. And then on the inside, I would recommend to do the night time. So let's say you sleep from 9 till 6 and all the other members of your family also sleep around this time. That's a sleep time. And then you most probably will have wake up and breakfast. And on the outer side, you can also again draw the lines. So for example, me, I start working from 6 o'clock till about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So this is my work. My husband is still sleeping at that time. And then we have our breakfast and then we go on further. So I work, and then my husband takes care of kid, and then my husband works, and I take care of the kid. And then, of course, there's somewhere there. It's lunch or together. So that's one of the things. Of course, it's good to use the different coloring for yourself, for your spouse, and kid or kids that you got to see the planning. There's something that is easier planning when it comes for me to visualize it. Is actually instead of using a circle, to use the line. So simply do the same thing. Second solution, do the same thing but simply on the line, and then we have again 6 o'clock, we got the wake up, and then on the bottom you have me or yourself, and then you got spouse, you have your kid number 1, kid number 2, and the rules are the same. You split things by 7 8 by hours and make the time slots when who is taking care after whom or do what. The last way to do it, which is maybe less visual, it's more looking like a calendar page. So the solution 3 is to make tables. First column, you have time, then you have things that you would do, your spouse would do, your kid number 1 will do, your kid number 2 will do. Of course, as many kids as you have, you can list over there. And your time, it's simply again your time slots in here. And here you can again put the different time slots. So this is my work, and this is the time when the boys are together, or this is the time when mommy is with the kid. You can do something differently. And my husband works. Then we have lunch all together. Of course, you can plan as you want it, but this visuality helps also not only you, but also to your family to see the planning of the day, how things go. And if you have the routines every day, this can be done like as a one plan and used every day for your work from home. Very important is also to make a designated desk for your work. If you don't have such a thing, if you didn't have such a thing so far, I recommend you to find a spot where you can easily sit down with your computer or laptop and work, even if it's possible to find a place when you can close your doors, or maybe you consider actually sitting with the whole family with their laptops at the table and you all do the work. However, that I find very disturbing. Make a designated desk for your work. I have 2 places like this in my home, and right now I'd rather to work from my office space in the bedroom because that's a space when I can close my door. The other space I use is also the big, huge actually table that we have in the living room. That actually helps to work at the same time being with your family and being with other people that you have in the house. It is important for you to feel comfortable when you're working from home and have a space around you that feels good and that lets you focus. That's why I do recommend doing some reconnaissance on the first couple of days and see where you feel the most comfortable and possibly clean it up a bit. Maybe actually the place that is covered with all the clothes gathering around for you to iron or just hide to your commode. Maybe that's actually, there is your desk. That's actually the most comfortable place that you can work from. So clean it up, think about finding the proper chair that we will feel comfortable and good at. After all, you might spend on that chair from 6 to 8 hours during the day. If you can, plan your tasks and make your to-do list a day in advance. That is something that helps a lot with the efficiency because this way we actually giving us the feeling of what's coming next. Working in the office, I normally did a list before I was leaving the office. The list that would give me the tasks for the next day. This way, when I was coming in the morning, I knew exactly what to start with instead of wandering around and thinking like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do today? This way, I'm also less stressed because I know exactly what kind of things I need to do tomorrow. Don't forget to exercise, okay? Maybe jumping up and down might be one of the things that you could do. But I would also recommend, if you have children, use the time of exercising yourself to exercise with your kids as a type of fun and recreation at home. This is a very, very good moment to connect with them, and also for you to lose the extra kilos, because let's face it, when you work from home, you're doing less walking than you would if you were in the office, or if you would walk to your workspace and coming back. So bear it in mind and exercise every day for at least 30 minutes, please. Turn off all distractions. I know that very often we are distracted with pop-ups. Pop-ups happening on our computer, especially if we are remotely connecting with our workspace, but we still have our Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok opened and live. I would recommend you to turn off all the notifications from that, or simply close all the applications, and maybe also put your phone, unless you actually have an important call coming up, or you know that your boss might call you any moment. Put your phone on the do not disturb mode. This way you will gain much more time and focus, and you will not be disturbed by ordinary calls coming back and forth, maybe from your family. Schedule the time for them a bit later when you're not focusing on the work that you need to do. Keep focused. That's actually my favorite, because I have to admit that I'm a multitasker, but lately I've realized that is not something that helps a lot when I really need to have things done. That is why I do recommend not to cook, clean, work, and babysit at the same time. Find different time slots for those. If you must, even plan it in your calendar that, okay, I need half an hour to cook a dinner or lunch for my family or with my family, and that time slot is booked in the calendar. That's not the time for work. That's not the time for playing. That's not the time for Facebook. That's time for cooking. The craziest thing while working from home is actually the fact you're there relatively alone. If you work from home, you might feel much more isolated than when you're even sitting in one person office. I got to admit that there is one amazing solution, or actually many solutions, because you can either pick up your phone and call them, you can either make a Zoom conference call, or you can Skype them, you can WhatsApp them, or you can message them on any type of messenger that is in your company. Think about whatever things that you would naturally do to connect with people in your office, with your work colleagues. Do the same things. The only exception is that it will not be face to face, but maybe ear to ear. That's it for today, but do not be a stranger. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. This way you'll be notified when the new videos are popping in. Also, if you would feel that you need some support in your work from home, in your tasks, or you don't know how to focus, how to be efficient, how to make things happen for you in your life and maybe also in your business, you can always schedule a call, a short strategy call with me, when we can talk about you and how you can become the CEO of your own life.